The Bladensburg Cross was put up almost 100 years ago by mothers who lost their sons in World War I. This is in Bladensburg, Maryland, right outside of D.C. And it sat there until the American humanists brought a lawsuit 20 years ago, I guess it was now, 15 years ago, whatever it was, saying you can't have this cross because it violates the Lemon case like we were talking about, right? You got a government land and you've got a cross and you can't do that. It's violation of separation of church and state, which is not in the Constitution.
Right.
Those words are nowhere in the Constitution.
That's right.
Right? But it's Lemon that brought that in.
Yeah.
And so, believe it or not, at the
We need to get rid of Lemon. I'm just telling you right now.
They did.
That's what we did in Kennedy.
They did.
Yes. And so, but in this case, what they did is, at the Court of Appeals, one of the judges said, why don't we just cut the arms off the cross? That way, nobody will be offended and we won't have to tear it down.
Oh, my goodness.
And so they ruled 2-1. After 100 years, this cross was unconstitutional.
What?
So we went to the Supreme Court and we said, you know, we felt like there's no way they're going to start tearing down veterans' memorials. Yeah. So we thought that was the time to go after that Lemon case.
Yeah.
And because it had been cited 7,000 times in the last 50 years to crush religious expression in public. And we did. And, you know, we won the case, but more importantly, we kind of put a crack in the whole Lemon thing. And then sure enough, 2 years later, Kennedy.
Coach Kennedy's.
We didn't know that's what God was doing. We thought, well, gosh, we didn't get rid of
the lemon came tumbling down. Yeah.
So what people need to know is in their communities now, they can do all these things. They can put, you know, they say, oh, we can't have a nativity scene at Christmas on the government. Yes, you can. You can do all these things now, and they just don't know they can do them.
Well, here's the case here. After 30 years of teaching, one cross nearly cost her everything. Let's see how Marisol is standing for her faith.
Marisol Castro has been teaching for more than 30 years. As a devout Catholic, Marisol kept a small cross in her personal space near her desk for more than a decade.
I always kept it, you know, down low where it would be just mine.
But then she got a text.
You're having a meeting because somebody complained about the cross. I need to cross down by the end of the day today.
One meeting led to another. They said maybe she could keep it in a drawer, or how about under your desk? So she tried that.
It was awful, but well, the only consolation that I had that night was knowing that it wasn't going to stay there. I came in first thing in the morning, picked it up, put it back.
And after 30 years, that was her last day with her students.
When I got into the office where they met me, they had it in a box, and they gave it to me, and they walked me out of the school like I'm a criminal with a box.
After Marisol stood up for her rights, the school district retaliated. Insubordination, suspension, reassignment to a cubicle in this building downtown. They released 20 pages of internal administrative notes to the news media in violation of state law.
Well, it ought to be a slam dunk under Kennedy. The decision from a few years ago where the football coach was allowed to pray on the 50-yard line, the Supreme Court made clear there that visible private religious expression that students can see is just fine, and for the school there to say, oh, this violates the Establishment Clause was just flat wrong.
The legal battle is ongoing, but Marisol has already won an important personal victory.
Because I didn't take it down, and I'm not going to take it down.
All right, so that case is ongoing, and you feel confident that, do you feel like you're going to go all the way, or it'll stop? Because you're in Connecticut, that's...
Number one, I don't understand why they're fighting this. And as we mentioned earlier, one of the biggest law firms in the world, WilmerHale, is with us on the case. Good. So the school district is going to have one of the most powerful law firms they do in the world with us against them, and they're fighting. And so,
and they're fighting hard
with taxpayer money.
With taxpayer money,
and
over the cross.
And if they lose,
hanging at her desk,
a small cross, yes.
And if they lose, which they will have to pay all of these attorneys who won, because when you violate civil rights and you're the government, you end up having to pay all the attorneys' fees too. So This is crazy. So I don't know how long, because I don't know how long they're going to continue to bash their head against
How
the wall.
long have you been fighting this case so far?
It's probably been maybe 6 months or 5 months, and we'll have a district court and eventually a decision, and then, if necessary, we'll have a court of appeals. And so, I mean, these things, as Coach Kennedy shows, it can be 7.5 years.
Before you leave, be sure to hit that like and subscribe button. Also, we would love to hear how the Lord is moving and touching your heart right now. So be sure to comment below, and then share this video with someone you feel needs it just as much as you did.